Welcome to Clydesdale Media. Fueled by C4, Cellucor, and Extend. Use the code Clydesdale to get 20% off at checkout at c4energy.com. On Clydesdale Media, where we bring you the widest array of content here on our YouTube channel. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notifier so you're first to know when new episodes are available.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining the Clydesdale Media Semifinalist series. I am Kat Shear, and we have with us Jordan Szewc. Jordan, congratulations to making it to semifinals yet again.
Thank you.
I said your name right, Szewc.
Yep.
Super weird. Would have never thought of that. What origin is that name?
Polish.
Okay. Yeah. You guys have some weird sounds for your consonants and your vowels. Lots of consonants together.
Yes.
So what were some of the best pronunciations of your name growing up?
Szewc, Szewc, Szewc.
Szewc.
Szewc. I mean, it makes sense though.
Kind of, a little bit. I mean, makes more sense than chefs, but we'll go with it. We'll go with it. So this is, you told us before we went on, your first podcast.
Yes.
Okay. We love having people on the show for their very first time. We think it's a good sort of indoctrination into the interviewing process. And if you're anything like what we think is going to happen with you in the future in CrossFit, get used to having people want to talk to you. Okay.
That's what everyone keeps telling me.
Right? So this is great practice for you. I love it. Where are you from, Jordan?
I am from Davisburg, Michigan, which is... It's around like Clarkston, Grand Blanc, Fenton is where my gym is.
Okay. And what, are you living there now?
I live in Fenton right now with my boyfriend.
Okay. But that's still Michigan, right?
Yeah.
For somebody who lives in Delaware and knows nothing about the Midwest, Michigan sounds like.
Still Michigan.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about your origin story with CrossFit. Like, how did you find the sport? You started at a very young age. And you're only 20 now, so you're still super young. But tell us a little bit about how you got into it, what you were doing beforehand.
So I did competitive gymnastics for about 7 years, from 8 to 15.
Okay.
I wasn't per se like a really good gymnast. I did what was called like Excel, which is kind of like less practice than like JO or what like the levels would be for gymnastics. But I really liked all the conditioning stuff. Like I'd be the girl that would tell the coach like, hey, we forgot to do our rope climbs, or hey, we forgot to do our pull-ups and stuff like that.
Oh, you were that girl.
Yeah, I was that girl. So nothing too bad happened, just kind of lost my love for the sport, like little coach stuff here and there, but I just really didn't love it anymore. Okay. So one of the girls on my team, her dad started going to Dignified CrossFit, which is in Clarkston, if people know where that is. Okay. And then another teenage athlete, Claire Doty, she went there. So I started up with them. Colin Thede was my coach. He's on seminar staff first. Okay. They actually shut down like a month after I started. And so I was in search for another gym. And then I ended up at CrossFit Twabor, which is run by Jen and Andrew Charlesworth. And that's
they're on seminar staff too, aren't they? Or one of them?
Both of them are.
That's what I thought. Okay.
So just really like conditioning and just working hard in that aspect. So I just pretty much fell in love with it. Knew I wanted to compete as soon as I started.
Really? So like your first class, you were like, this is going to be my new thing.
Yeah. That's
so awesome. And when did you realize that like you'd be pretty good at it? Did someone have to kind of come and tell you like, hey, you need to sort of focus on this and you could be really good? Or did you kind of already know? I mean, I was a ballerina growing up, and so I know sort of that like you have that body awareness and you sort of get all the movements, and there's definitely some confidence that you have with like performing in front of people, whether it's gymnastics or ballet or whatever that is. So I imagine you were pretty confident going into it.
Yes. So actually, like I knew from the beginning that I wanted to compete. Like I was pretty sure, like once I started, like I said, once I took my first class, but when the first gym I went to shut down, Colin called Andrew on the phone and called my dad, because I was still 15 at the time. And he's like, hey, is your daughter the one that's been doing CrossFit for a little bit or the one that's going to be a beast? That's what he
Oh,
said to my
funny.
dad. And my dad goes, well, I think she's the one that's going to be a beast.
So, do you have a sister?
No, but I think they were talking
Two
about
other girls.
other girls, but
Gotcha. Okay.
that's kind of where it happened. And then Andrew and Jen have been very helpful in just pushing me and giving me a good path to follow and have the connections I need to grow.
Okay. And you started you did the Open in 2019, so before COVID. What were sort of the COVID years like for you in terms of training and
So 2019, I think, was my first Open, and then the 2020 Open in that age group year was the one where they the games didn't happen, correct?
right? Correct.
So I think I was like 25th or something in the age group, so I wouldn't have went to the games either way.
Mhm.
But so after that, it was actually kind of hard because I was like, the age group qualifier didn't go as great as I wanted to. And then it was kind of just like shut down. So no one else to talk to. So luckily my dad helped me build a little gym in the garage and I just kept working out for that. We did have the pit, which helped give me something to work for.
Yeah, tell everybody a little bit more about the pit if they're not familiar with that.
So the pit, that started in 2020, correct?
Yes, 2020.
So they just invited a bunch of athletes during the COVID years when the games were shut down to kind of give us a experience to meet other teens and still have like a competition we could go for since there really wasn't any other teenage events for us. So it was just really awesome to meet other girls my age, even other guys. And actually one of my best friends, Rebecca, we like knew each other from Michigan, but we didn't get to really train together a lot and met her there, got to know her more. And now she actually trains out with me and works out with me every day. So it was super cool just to meet other athletes. And they just gave us a different experience that we really didn't have in the CrossFit world besides like the Open and the age group quarterfinals.
Sure. So coming from a gymnastics background, obviously I'm going to make the assumption that the gymnastics piece of CrossFit translated pretty well into your strengths. Is that true or not true? Because some gymnasts like still struggle with rings and things like that because they're not, female apparatus. But everything pretty much your pulling strength is amazing, probably.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. I would say like maybe like stamina wise, sometimes like in like depth of a workout or something, like if it's like 15 minutes in, sometimes we're still working on building like my pulling strength in that capacity, but like love ring muscle ups, stuff like that. Super fun.
Awesome. So take us through the 2022 season where you qualified for Granite Games.
So my 2021 quarterfinals did not go how I wanted. That was the first year out in the individual women's group.
Aging up into that next division. Yeah.
Yeah, which is very tough as it is just because it's a way bigger pool of athletes. But Andrew used to do all my programming. So I was like, kind of need to find someone that's just more like has a plan, it's going to give me something. So I started working with one of the guys at our gym that did our programming. So it was just much more structured and helped me actually have a basis of like, hey, you're going to do a cardio piece. You need to do like lifting percentages, something like that. So he took me all the way to Granite Games. I was very nervous for quarterfinals because I just didn't know what to expect, actually, especially after being not let down, but just didn't reach what I thought I could do the previous season. So when I made it, I think in like 84th or 86th something, I was very excited and just had a couple conversations with Andrew and everything. And it was pretty much, you made it here. People can't take this away from you pretty much. So you just need to go out there and start showing the CrossFit world who you are.
Yeah.
So.
And a top 15 finish at Granite Games, your sort of rookie season is remarkable.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen very often. How did you manage the 4 days and the events? How'd you make out with those? Because I know that can be difficult.
It was, I would say by like the Saturday, like started feeling pretty sore, but we kind of train that way too. Like once you get to Sunday, you can either decide like, hey, I have a couple more events left. I'm just going to get through them. Or you can try and push to make it through and finish how you want. So I think I did pretty well with it. I definitely needed some experience in that aspect. And I think it's going to help me for this year. But since that was like my pretty first major competition outside of the pit.
Yeah. Any big lessons learned there in terms of like holes, or maybe need to focus more on nutrition? Anything big things come out of the Granite Games for you?
One we already knew was just like my strength in Olympic lifting. That's something we've been working on and have seen great gains this season.
Mhm.
But just strength there and really just experience. I didn't really know what to expect. I was super nervous. Wasn't sure like how honestly the other girls would be, like just how the whole experience would be, how everything would be run.
Okay. Do you switch coaches again? Have you switched coaches?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So after Granite Games, I just a lot of thinking where I wanted to go with everything, and the guy that was helping me was awesome. I just was looking for someone that maybe had a little bit more experience, just more time within the sport, and could help me. So I moved to Szewc with jump ship training, and Andrew actually knew him a little bit. I was kind of looking at a whole bunch of different training platforms, but they base theirs off kind of like a 90-minute session. Plus you can do like competitor extras and stuff like that, which kind of already fit into with everything I was doing with school, coaching, and like trying to help run the gym and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And just based on what their programming looked like, I thought it would be a good fit. We talked to Szewc, and then it's been really good from there on out.
And that's primarily a remote relationship, right? Is Szewc in Hawaii or?
Yes.
Okay. Have you been out to visit him?
No.
Okay, you need to do that.
I know. Yeah, that's been interesting. I think that was the hardest thing for me because my coach and programmer previously, he was at the same gym as me. So pretty much talk to him, call him, text, and he would respond right away. But just the time difference, like 6 hours, I think, from Michigan was the roughest part. But Seth's been really great. He always answers me when I need it and helps me.
Did you have any issues? I know sometimes with a gymnastics background, when like body image can be, in the forefront when you're a gymnast. Did you experience any kind of, like mental blocks in terms of like trying to build muscle, trying to get strong? I know, in current events now, there's athletes, well-known athletes that are sort of struggling with that and trying to, keep eating disorders at bay and, really learning how to fuel your body properly. Is that something that you've ever struggled with, or does it come pretty easily to you?
Thankfully, it's nothing I've ever struggled with. I think the biggest part has been, though, just since I started gymnastics, I love being muscular. I liked all the conditioning stuff. So, I love bodybuilding still. Like, give me bicep curls, I'll do them. Like all that stuff. Jen actually is a nutrition coach as well. So she was there to help me right away. They told me like, hey, you're going to have to eat more, but like, this is going to help you. You're going to get stronger. You may gain weight, but in the end, it's going to help your training. So I've always tried to just look at it as how I'm going to perform versus what I'm going to look like.
That's good. Yeah. And presumably you like to eat, right?
Yes, I do.
I mean, it becomes sort of a job.
Yes.
When you're trying to put on mass, I know it's difficult. So that's fortunate for you. Good.
When I started CrossFit, I weighed like 115 pounds. I was super tiny.
Yeah, so that's not going to cut it.
No, I just remember some nights it'd be like 8:00 and I'm just eating meat and rice, just staring at the bowl.
Yeah. Force feeding yourself.
It was worth it.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. So take us through the open and quarters for this season.
So
any good stories?
Well, my favorite, I was sick for half the open, which
cool. Okay.
That's something we've been trying to work on. Just like my overall health has kind of been here and there, especially in the beginning of the year. We finally have like gotten everything under control, but getting on the right supplements and stuff like that, we found I was missing. But so first workout was kind of just survival. I was still very happy with how I did on that one, but was still kind of sick. The second workout, the shuttle run, burpee pull-up one, plus the thruster. Strength necessarily hasn't been my best thing, but I really enjoyed that workout. And I think it just kind of showed me how much I've been working on my strength and just even more just believing in myself. Like, hey, you can pick this bar up, do your thruster. Like, you got it.
Good. Did you surprise yourself then? Like,
yes.
Good.
I think I posted one of the pictures, but like that was my favorite picture from the open and probably my favorite moment, which is crazy for me to say that a lift was, but I really enjoyed that workout.
That's great. Shows some growth.
Yes.
And then, knowing that you're going to quarters. Yeah. Is that the picture?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love your expression. Very cool. Yay. And how about quarters?
So quarters, I felt much more at peace this year than I did last year. I kind of, again, something Szewc has helped me work on is just like confidence and like being where my head is at in the moment and not trying to focus on other athletes.
Mhm.
So I think I was just really like, hey, these are the workouts. Didn't really hate any of them. I was like, I'm capable of doing all of these. We've
Sure.
been working on everything, like from strength to gymnastics. That's everything we've been working on. So just I need to perform how I can perform and be my best self. And I just have to kind of let the cards fall where they may.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So you're going to Orlando,
Yes.
correct? Have you made your arrangements yet?
Yes, we have.
Everything's good?
Everything is ready.
Who's heading down there with you?
My parents, I think my uncle, my boyfriend, and then Jen and Andrew will be down there, but Andrew's working, so with some of the staff. But then Seth's actually flying in, and he'll be there for Saturday and Sunday, which I'm super excited.
Nice. Good. Does he have other athletes competing there as well?
I'm not sure. I may be the only one, I believe.
Okay. So he's getting your coach's pass?
Yes.
Very cool. That's awesome. Tell me a little bit about what you like to do outside of CrossFit. I know you are an L2 trainer, right? Are you working at the gym as well?
Yeah, so I'm pretty much the head coach at the gym, and then I kind of do like management stuff. So just clean the place up. I do the coach's schedule, payroll, all that kind of stuff just to make a little extra money while I'm also in school.
Oh, I need one of you at my gym. That's what I need. I need a person like you. What are you doing at school?
So I was at U of M, but I transferred to just community college right now. So obviously a little bit cheaper, but the degree I'm going for, it's health fitness professional. So basically right now I have an associate's in that and just still working on my bachelor. I really don't know what I want to do besides CrossFit. So I just call it my backup plan, but we're working on it.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Do you get any time away from the gym?
Yes.
And if so, what are you doing?
Try and make that a priority, especially like last year I didn't have great balance and it's still a work in progress, but especially on like Sundays or something where I'm not in the gym, I try and just hang out with my boyfriend, dogs. I love animals. I have 2 puppies, and then hang out with my parents when I can. Yep, that's my boyfriend. That's Lance.
That's Lance. Does he do CrossFit?
Yes, he's actually pretty fit. He likes to say that he's not, but he is. But he also works a full-time job and everything. So.
Okay, but you're beating him in workouts, right? Like,
oh yes,
primarily. Okay.
Yes, I am.
Just checking, just making sure. Tell me about your pups, please. I'm a dog fanatic.
So we have Nobi. She's a American Bulldog Great Dane mix, and then Murphy is a mini Australian Shepherd.
Oh,
he's not so mini though, but we're working on it.
Okay. Oh, is he on a diet? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. Too many treats?
Yeah.
Who's that?
That is one of the guys at the gym.
Puppy.
Dog. That's Sarge.
That's an adorable puppy too. So I have a Australian Shepherd Rat Terrier mix. She's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, Australian Shepherds are really good dogs.
Yeah, they're super smart.
Yeah. Ours is a little bit of a scaredy cat though. Like you sneeze, he freaks out.
Okay.
Runs away.
Mine doesn't like guys that wear baseball hats for some reason or has facial hair. So we're working on that too.
Yeah. No, but otherwise, I just really like hanging out with my family, friends. I mean,
do you have a big family? Do you have siblings?
I have 1 sister.
Okay.
So not a huge family, but my parents and my sister were all pretty close. So
are they physically active?
Yeah, they like, my mom really likes to run. My sister kind of does whatever she wants. My dad, same thing. My dad works a lot though, like physical work.
Okay. Awesome. How's your mindset going into quarters this year as compared to last year? You're feeling a little more confident?
Yeah, I'm feeling much more confident. I think I've just not grown into myself, but I think I've just matured a lot more. Like even emotionally, I'm just more of understanding where I'm at and just understanding the things I can control, and I can't really control what other people are doing. Especially training right now, leading up to semifinals, like every piece I'm doing, I'm just trying to focus on what's something in this workout that I can change to make my work better compared to like, oh, if I don't do this, someone else might be doing this better. So more so just focusing on myself and finding confidence in everything I'm doing.
Do you ever take like a social media break to sort of help with that?
Yeah, I took one during quarterfinals. I try to do that because I think even though I say like only focus on myself, it's very hard when you open up your phone and it's like, oh, this person's doing that. That's how they did on this workout and stuff like that.
And it's a competition, right? It's not just like you against you. Like you are sort of pitted against these other people in order to qualify. So I would think that's hard to ignore.
Yeah. And right now what I do is every day I train. I don't go on any social media until I'm done with the day. So usually by then I'm like done coaching. That's something I've done that's really helped me. So it's like I'm only focusing on myself, and then if I want to go on it when I'm done with something or done with schoolwork, I'll do that. But
I call that social media intermittent fasting.
Yes.
Right? It's like you only allow yourself certain windows of time to do it, and you plan accordingly. That's good. It's a good way to limit your time on it.
Yes.
I like that a lot. Okay. Awesome. Well, I really appreciate you taking the time to let us get to know you a little bit. And something tells me that, there are more podcasts in your future. So you passed with flying colors on this one. You did great. And hopefully we can have you back. I assume the goal for semis is get a spot, right? Games.
Get my ticket.
Awesome. Well, we're wishing you the best of luck with that. And we will stay in touch. If there's anything we can do to help you along the way, please reach out.
Thank you.
We'll be rooting for you in Orlando.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Have a great day.
You too.